Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to another episode from me, Avomance, in my seed reviews and tours series. Last time, episode 37, Gorspore shared this amazing seed with us. It was absolutely superb. Biome diversity, building opportunity, spawners, the nether's amazing, and we do get a wandering comrade every single time trying to steal my thunder. What is going on? Go away, man. For goodness sake, no one wants you. We have got episode 38 coming right now. We're going to start this new world together as normal, creative mode and peaceful, just so as I don't get any growler in the background. I've got the world name as a number so as I can find it. By the way, love these new game rules in the 1.16 snapshots. I'm in 20W17A. This is a really nice menu. But what we want to go in, world options, put the seed in there, otherwise the sobbing will just ruin your game and no one wants that in their life. Let's get the new world moving because I'm really interested to see this. It's got really good biome diversity, I'm told. So it looks like we have popped out in a wood, which is nice. So I'm just going to get myself some stone and I'm going to make myself a stone pillar so as I can get here anywhere in the world. Right, we're top our pillar now, and we can see that there is actually a really interesting mixture of biomes all around us. We've got the mountains over there, we've got a little taiga biome there, we've got some woods, we've got frozen, we've got very frozen, and quite a lot of water it looks like as well, which is nice. So that way is north. We're going to have a little fly out north and see what we can't find. So as we fly out north, we go over the edge of this desert. Interesting little pool there. There's a ravine that you can get down, but we immediately fly out across this frozen ocean. Icebergs are plenty. You're obviously not going to have silk touch the second you spawn in, but that don't matter because you'll get it eventually, and there is loads of it. That's an interesting structure there, nice, isn't it? Is that just spawned in like that? That looks like an ice igloo. How bizarre. Anyway, that continues on. We've got actually a fairly significantly sized ocean, this frozen ocean, and it sort of begins to peter out a little bit into a few islands. However, if you keep going just the tiniest bit past these islands, we are now at 700 blocks to the north. Z is the minus. We have got ourselves an ocean monument. Literally, I mean, it's literally a straight line. Look at that. That's amazing. Ocean monument just over there, just into that haze is where my post is. So ocean monument number one, really, really close. I like that a lot. So the frozen ocean gives way to a bit more of a warm ocean. And over there we can see our first ruined portal, which is nice. It's not too far away as well. And it gives a large kind of forested mountains, forest hills. I can't even remember what the biome's called. I'm so excited about it. But we've got rivers coming into it. Plenty of wood for you to come and collect your bits and pieces. That's a flower forest there. We can see just a little tiny flower forest, but a flower forest nevertheless. And a village. So the village is coming into play when we get about 1,250 to the north, ever so slightly across to the east there. Is it a decent village? It's got a number of houses there. It hasn't got a blacksmith, but that's okay. We have villager relocation licensing activated on this particular one, and you can certainly come and nick stuff from it should you wish to. We've got another ruin portal just over there. They are very, very common, far more common than perhaps I would actually like. I'd quite like them to pare back the spawn rate of those because it would be a lot better, I think, if they were a lot more rare. Coming further north, we've got a shipwreck to the right of us, and we've got a tiny taiga island. Don't say that 3 times when you're drunk. Tiny taiga island that actually would be quite nice to do island survival on. It's big, plenty of space on it, that's for sure. But you've got little, looks like a ocean ruin down there, so you could probably loot that as well. But that's quite a nice, interesting little shape. I like that a lot. But it continues on. It is very, very wet in the northerly direction. Make sure if you go north, bring a boat. We're going to head out in an easterly direction now, which takes us out past this forest. You can see the post is there, over this snowy tundra area. Immediately we're finding ourselves a little bit of an igloo there. You might want to come along and explore that, see if it's got anything interesting underneath it. We've got a snowy tundra town. It's a really teedly one, isn't it? Look at that. That's tiny. In fact, I would go as far as to say it's a bit rubbish. But if you wanted to relocate any villagers, it's just over there, and you could do that. Or you could come and live in the snowy area if that's what floats your boat. I don't care. Massive snowy tundra. Snowy tundra? That's not a snowy tundra, Avomance. What are you talking about? This is a lovely big snow taiga, frozen taiga area. There's another one over there. We've got a plains kind of shooting into the right of us just there as well, which is nice. Sort of in the southeasterly direction, bringing another taiga biome that comes after it. I guess the snow didn't quite make it that far south. But we want to continue out in the easterly direction, otherwise I'll get distracted. The snowy tundra carries on for about 1200 blocks before you get an ice spike biome. Now, often you do find ice spike biomes on the edge of snowy tundra. That's the best place to find them, definitely. But that's quite nice. So plenty of ice. Again, Silk Touch is your friend when you come along here. And then it sort of just melts, immediately melts, and becomes a dark oak forest. There's some kind of strange climate change thing going on over here that stops you being able to have anything frozen except for this little island in the middle. We've also got a swamp. Now, this swamp is nice and wet here. I do love a wet swamp. You could definitely get yourself a bit of a slime farm going on, and it goes into a mountains biome right after that, so you can really increase your mining. We've also got another village. Has it got anything interested in this village? It's sort of buried within this dark oak forest, but it is officially a plains village. You can see that by the nature of the houses and the way they're strewn around. We've got no blacksmith there, but that's okay. It's actually quite an interesting shape. It's not too split up, but I think you probably would not want to be triggering a raid on that one. That would be very, very difficult to defend. Over this really square looking mountain, we've got another very small plains, but actually that'd be quite nice to build in. You've got the edge of the ocean there, so you could probably get yourself sort of a port area or something like that. But that's quite a nice area for a base with your mountains, plenty of wood around. You've got a massive open swamp here with the witch hut that we were looking for right there. Witch hut at 2,500 in the east, almost a complete straight line, with again lots and lots of wet, so you could get maybe a joint slime cum witch farm going on there, not too far away from your base, if that's where you sat yourself. I've continued out just a little bit further east because I quite like the shape of these mountains. That would be a really interesting place to do a mountain build. You could do a castle atop that. You could do something really very interesting. The grey of that could be offset nicely by the spruce. I do prefer dark oak, so you might want to bring some dark oak from over there. But that's quite a nice building area with plenty of wood on the left. You've got your spruce forest here, your taiga biome, and it yields into even more mountains areas. And these are a little bit spiky. I tell you, with a little bit of world edit, I think this one could look really fantastic. And just over the mountains, we're about 3,500 to the east. We've got a pretty decent size coral reef here, so plenty of sea pickles, plenty of corals that you could pick up either to make grey blocks, which work really well with your building, or using a silk touch pick, bring the coloured coral over to wherever you wanted it. Heading out south now, and as we go over another little tiny frozen ocean with plenty of ice, there's so much ice in this place, it's amazing, we hit what looks like another large taiga biome with another ruined portal there, and I think is that 4 that we've seen so far. Massive taiga. So if you like spruce wood, this is your fella. Come and collect up your dogs and also your foxes from this area too. But what I quite like is the way that it quickly transitions using a river that separates the two. I always like it when the rivers separate two biomes. A really very, very nice plains biome that stretches around to the right, comes around here, has got a river running through the middle, which is absolutely beautiful. A little bit of woodage, but not too much. Relatively flat. You might want to flatten out just a couple of the slopes because they're a wee bit severe. But other than that, that is a really nice, not too much terraforming area. I like it a very lot. I think you could really get a lot of building done in here. It's got the snow around the edges, so if you wanted to introduce a little bit of snow into the backdrop, that would be quite nice. That's a city waiting to happen, that plains. As we carry on, it got very cold again very quickly. You can see as we got over the edge of that plains, so much snow around here is absolutely mental. You're never going to be short of it. Snow golems are plenty. But we've got, what's that? Is that another ruin portal? A subnautical ruin portal. Again, there's so many of them. I'm actually getting bored of seeing them, but actually very useful. Has that got any crying obsidian in that one? I know they generate relatively randomly, and if this one has, doesn't mean yours will. But yes, that's got some crying obsidian on it as well there, you can see. I like the way they're such a nice design, some of them, I really like. What are we coming into now? So we've got a standard forest, so you're going to find plenty of bees in this bit if you wanted to get all honeyed up. And we've got birch and oak, and again, even more spruce. Is that a pillager tower over there? Or is it? No, it's not a pillager tower. That is another village. So we've got a taiga village. Don't like the taiga villages because the buildings are rubbish, but I do love the taiga villagers because their uniforms are absolutely brilliant. I do like them a lot. But again, no smithy. We're a bit scared on the Smithy front, aren't we? We do have a coral reef though. That's quite nice. Just off, look, so it's cold, really, really cold. Remember to bring your coat, and then instantly warm ocean. It just makes me squint a little bit. But again, plenty of coral there. And the other side of that taiga biome, we have got, it's an almost island. You know how rivers kind of separate a piece of land out and it's got ocean on the other side? This almost island plains biome here with a village on it, no less. Look at that village. That's quite nice. We've got, is that blacksmiths? We've never actually found a blacksmith. We've got a blacksmith and 2 churches. That's just greedy, but at least it's got a blacksmith. That's nice. Ocean all the way around the edge of it. Mountains over there. This could be easily the site of a really nice town that you could make. Use these villagers, convert this village here into a town, extend it all the way across to the river over here. And you've got something that would be, 1, very defensible, which a town always should be. And 2, really attractive and open. You've got very little terraforming, just that slightly severe slope in the middle of the screen now. You might want to smooth that out. Take out some of these puddles because they don't quite work. But other than that, I really like that for a building area. Where are we? We are at 3,500 to the south. I recommend a visit. So we're going to head out west now, look, right on our pole there. But the first thing to notice west is that you've immediately got yourself a desert temple. So there are riches and gold to be had straight away in this particular sea, which is always a pleasure. Heading out further west across this little tiny taiga biome that we mentioned earlier on, we have got expanses of sand. You are not going to be short of sand near the area that you spawn in on this seed at all. We have got a savanna, which I think is the first savanna we've come across since we've been on the seed, which is nice. So your acacia wood all of a sudden comes into play. I don't tend to use acacia very often myself. Good for barn roofs and things like that, but not necessarily my favourite wood at all. It's just a little bit too orange for me. But this sand goes on for days and days. There is another desert temple, however, coming into play just on the right side. Obviously, right in the middle of a desert, we've got an iceberg. Again, my brain explodes. But the sand just stops. It would be nice if there was a river. In fact, you could put a river across there just to break it up as a bit of terraforming into this big plains biome. This is a massive plains biome. And a pillager tower just sat all alone right in the middle of it with no mates. And that's because pillagers don't like mates because they tend to kill them. But that's a really nice plains biome. And then we've got more sand encroaching into my lovely plains biome, which is a little bit saddening. But you know, we need the sand. We need the sand to be able to make the glass, to be able to make the windows of the houses of our village. Even more savanna and another pillager. Oh look, 2 pillager towers. One there, 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 one there. 2 pillager towers. That's quite nice. So if you wanted to, and look, another. I'm going to finish a sentence one day, and another desert temple, and then all of a sudden I got a little bit more excited because we've only gone and hit a mesa. That mesa's good. Look at that. We've got some mesa spikes there coming up as well. Always really, really attractive. But that is a decent size with a river running through the middle of it. Savanna on the left-hand side. That's a decent sized mesa. You could definitely collect up your terracotta there. But more importantly, look at the way these cliffs work with that river and this nice open flat area. You would need minimal terraforming right here, very minimal terraforming in fact, to be able to turn this area into some kind of frontier wasteland come town. It really lends itself to something a bit wild westy. We have got exposed mine shafts as well, so you can immediately jump in there, probably get plenty of gold. It goes on forever. Look at that. In fact, that might even be a nicer area to do your town over there. This is a really nice one. Little exposed spawner in the mesa there, as well as an exposed minecart with chest around about 2,000 blocks to the west. So don't miss out on that one. About 2,600 blocks, the mesa gives up. It's already had 1,500 blocks. It's probably enough to a huge, and I do mean big. This is a big fella. A big oak, dark oak forest here with another broken down portal. So again, potentially some loot there. You never know. Could be all right. I really do think there's too many of them around, to be honest. A birch forest, and then that opens up into a swamp. Not a very wet one, but a swamp nevertheless. And a giant taiga faces us right here. We've got so much wood. So not only is the entire seed frozen, it's covered in wood. Oh, and look what I've just seen here on the left-hand side. We've come to about 3,500 south, and this giant taiga has decided to partner up with a really lovely looking jungle. That's nice. And is that a bamboo jungle as well? That's a bamboo jungle just to the left of it too, which is beautiful. Look at that. I love the way that all just flows itself in. There'll be... Shall we see if we can see a panda? Don't be shy. Where? I can't see one. Right, you lot, come along this way and come and find the pandas. They're shy. They're really shy, but they're about 3,700. I reckon you could find them. And whilst you're looking for them, you can have a little look at this jungle temple, which pops in at minus 3,700, 750. So again, more loot. Loads of free loot on this seed. I like it a lot. Now, what I like to do is a quick /locate to find where the nearest points of interest are. And I've chosen these ones. We've got Igloo less than 400 blocks away. I think we probably saw that as we flew over it, which is quite nice. Jungle Pyramid. Actually, I don't think that's the one that we were looking at. I think that's in a different direction, which means you've got a jungle 3,600 blocks in an opposite direction, which is nice too. So you've got some choices there. Mansion is 13,000 blocks away, which in the grand scheme of things isn't that far away by mansion standards. If you get a nether transport system, especially one on the roof of the nether, that'll be within, spitting distance virtually. Nearest monument is the one that we flew over, 712 blocks away. Nearest stronghold is only 1,300 blocks away in a straight line, which is quite nice. We've got a swamp hut is 1,200 blocks away, and the nearest village is only 400 blocks away, and I think that's the one that we flipped over again. Let's have a look at the map. And here is the Mine Atlas map. You can see exactly where we spawned in there, right on the edge of that forest with the desert rolling across, lots of ocean and lots of frozen. You can see there's plenty of frozen there, plenty of frozen there, lots of frozen there. We tended to trip over it quite a lot. It makes it look when we're traveling around that there's far more snow than there actually is. But of course, Mine Atlas doesn't show the frozen oceans in quite the same way. You can see there, that was where our savanna was. Really nice. I don't see a mushroom island. I'm looking around, can't see one, but we do have plenty of jungle there, jungle there, jungle there. We've got jungle there, loads of jungle. This is a really jungly place for something with loads of snow. Lots and lots of jungle too. Plenty of plains, as you can see. That really lovely big plains there that I pointed out before. It is a really nice looking map, and I think people will really enjoy this one. We are in Spectator, and we're going to go underneath the ground where we spawned in. So spoilers will be in 3, 2, 1. Pretty much bang on. I told you I'm getting quite good at these. And we've got... This is quite a nice underground. Oh, I'm going to have a look at that over there in a sec. This is quite a nice underground here. Look at this. We've got plenty of caves, but plenty of space as well around them. So, but more importantly, we've got a mine shaft. That's a bit scary, isn't it, when you look at that? I came out of peaceful mode because I got bored. Peaceful mode's boring, let's face it. So I came out of peaceful mode because I wanted to see all of the things underneath us. But we've got a really nice looking mine shaft here with a spider spawner right underneath us, literally directly underneath you where you spawn in. I'm just going to have a little goosey over here because it looks like in this ravine area we've got a big... I mean, look at the size of that portal. That portal, the portal ruin, that's the biggest one I've ever seen. Hashtag portal ruin. If you've seen a bigger portal ruin than that, that's massive. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 10 by about 14. That's a really big portal. That's just overkill. That's greedy. But we like it. Plenty of obsidian to be had there. And also some chrome obsidian as well, which is nice. What else? We got anything else interesting here? I've got all excited all of a sudden. And this is definitely something to get excited about. We've got a skelly spawner that is popping up at 209, 22 on the Y, 125-ish. So that actually isn't too hard to get to either. Look, so it comes into a cave. And if you come around your cave, does that cave go anywhere? Is that open? Right, so that cave is almost open to this ravine. Almost? No, it's not almost open. It is open to this ravine. All right, it's a bit red underfoot. But this ravine then is no doubt open to be able to get to... Anyway, nice. Like that very much. And just to add another level of interest, we've got a zombie spawner rolling in at 163, 31, 180 as well. So actually, we've got plenty of spawnering going on around here as well. So it's good over the ground and it's good under the ground. I wonder what the nether's like. Time to go nether bashing now. Oh, hang on a minute. Someone's stealing my thunder. I can look straight at you because I'm in creative mode. Oi, get... Oh, all right. fine. He's gone. Well, rewind by outpost. I'm going to come up here and we're going to go interdimensional and see what's next to us in the nether as well. Again, quick check. Nothing going on. We are safe from lava. And it looks like we've come out. Yes, we have. We've come out into a crimson forest, which is really nice because instant bartering, as if to prove it, we've got ourselves a piglin and its kid there. The kid's, you got an ugly kid, mate. Sorry, but that kid is not a good looking fella. But Crimson Forest immediately, watch out for hoglins and piglins, come through perhaps wearing gold, just as a bit of a precaution, because they tend not to mind you quite so much. Big old Crimson Forest by the look of it as well. I wonder where the nearest other nether biomes are. So the 4 primary biomes and the 2 primary buildings that we're looking for in the nether. Basalt deltas, 339 blocks. Nether waste, which is the old nether, 220 odd blocks. Warped forest is 500 blocks. It's quite a long way to the nearest warped forest. That's interesting. Soul Sand Valley, only 145 blocks away. Watch out for those ghasts. They will eat your face for breakfast, and there are hundreds of them in there. Bastion Remnant, where we're going to find the not rotted version of you there, my pally pal, is 445 blocks. It's not too far away. And the nearest fortress is less than 300 blocks. So actually a very nice location for us to be able to spawn into the nether. Let's go and have a look at some of these. So the nearest basalt delta is a bit of a weird one because it kind of goes up into a nether canyon like that. But it does roll around, so it is accessible. Loads and loads of basalt for you to grab yourself there. That's quite nice. And yeah, actually, lots of black. I'll just say I couldn't see any blackstone, but then it came into view. Plenty of blackstone. Blackstone obviously going to be a really important building block moving forwards. The nether wastes seem a bit boring now in the nether, don't they? But you do find things like gold, etc. in them, so it's definitely worth coming to them every now and again. You get the edging of the Soul Sand Valley as well, off the edge of the nether waste, so you've got kind of a bit of a triple fella going on here. You've got your Crimson Forest. I love the way that how it changes. Look, Crimson Forest, it's all red. Nether waste, it's all kind of that other colour. Moving into here, it's fun. It's fun. Well, I'm easily pleased, what can I tell you? And the warped forest is here, right on the edge here of another basalt delta. You can see it's more of a basalt avatar style floaty thing, but it's more basalt there than you can shake a stick at, which is always good. We've got our warped forest here, so if you want to come in and get some of this lovely warped wood, I really like this wood, it is fantastic stuff to craft with, then this is your fella. Looking at our bastion remnant now, and it is a little bit covered up. I must admit, it's a little buried. It's not the easiest one to get to, and we do have an issue with lava. The central heating is broken slightly on this one, but again, it's still here. Treasure chests to get. Definitely come and have a roam around it, and it's worth exploring to find these fellas. They're going to be tough. Oh my goodness, they're going to be tough, but they're going to be worth the effort. And the old favourite here, and that is the fortress right over lava. This is perfect for a Java seed to be able to create yourself a really decent wither skeleton farm. Look at that. That's brilliant. It's all of that hot stuff underneath it. That's perfect. Rubbish in bedrock. Brilliant in Java. So what I'm really interested, however, is, as always, have we got any... Hang on, blaze spawners? What's going on? Where's the blaze spawners? There's got to be some around here somewhere. Phew. I had a bit of a panic then. I couldn't see a blaze spawner. What's going on with that? Right, but we do need to find our... I think this could look good here. This is the sort of place that we want to look. Yes, we have. And instantly, we also find our fungus. Plenty of nether wart there for you as well. This is a big fortress. Look at the size of this fella. Really, really big. Like that very, very much. And we are at 316... 319, so not far from where you're spawning at all. This is a really nice seed. I like the under the ground, I like the nether a lot, and there are some great biomes lurking around. You've got stuff really close by. You've got that. I personally, west for me is the direction to go in if you come here, but north is all right as well. You've got good biomes looking in all 4 directions. It's very cold, it's very wet, but west has got some real opportunities, so I recommend you have a look there. So thank you very much, Anastasia Hawk. Anastasia Hawk, that is a great seed, and I'm really grateful for you having shared it with us. I'm hoping that a number of people will get a lot of joy from it. If you've got a really, really nice seed and you want to share it with me and perhaps get one of these episodes dedicated to you, then send me an email to avomanceminecraft@gmail.com. That is avomanceminecraft @gmail.com. Make sure you tell me why it is so good. I've got hundreds of these things now. Make sure yours stands out with a little bit of a description, maybe a map, maybe some coordinates, all that kind of stuff. And maybe you too can get on one of these things too. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you're enjoying it, and I will keep on making it. Also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see it in my sub club. I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.